Hello, family and friends. Welcome to my channel once again. This is Launa Launa Kavenangoto, a Namibian YouTuber. It's once more beautiful privilege and opportunity for me to come out here and share with you what I've been busy with during the day. As you have seen in the pictures during the introduction, you have seen some baskets, yes, baskets made out of sackcloth. Guys, this red bucket you can see here and the grass you can see here, guys, this item I'm having them for a very long time, and these cushions I'm having them for a very long time. So I just thought today let me just I was kind of a bit bored, and then it's also Sunday. We don't do much on Sunday. Then I was like, let me just explore a little bit. So as we were just discussing with my husband, I realized I'm having an old grass in the storeroom, and that grass used to be put in the red bucket that I've just shown before there. So I just thought, okay, I used to see on Pinterest, and I used to see in the other people's vlogs and YouTube channels the DIYs, and also me planning to also have some few DIYs on my channel. I thought, why not doing my first ever DIY? So that's how I took the grass you see here. And then I took the grass. So as I'm pointing, I was going to put it at that corner. And I thought, some of the grass I have to put it in my garden. I'll also show you later, but not today. So I took that grass you see here, or on the couch, and then I took the red bucket. So yeah, you can see the grass, you can see the cloth on the table, the sackcloth on the table. This sackcloth, guys, this one I haven't bought it. As we all know that there was a corona thingy going on around the world, and it has affected businesses and so on. So some countries felt like they must just sponsor some other countries with food. And our country, Namibia, was one of the beneficiary, and that sackcloth had potatoes in it, and there was so a lot such that I even distributed among 4 families. So you can see the red bucket. The red bucket, I bought it when I was staying in the east of the country. It was silver. It was an ordinary bucket to fetch water. So as you can see there, it is sprayed. So currently I don't have a spray to spray it, either gold or something. But then I thought, hey, why not using the sackcloth and just cover it? You can see the grass there. The grass is just waiting for me to just, cover the bucket and then join them together and create a very beautiful, simple, natural, ethic decoration. Okay, so for now I just did it to keep myself busy, and also to have my first ever DIY on my channel. Can you see my curtains? The gatherings, they look so beautiful. Guess what I put on those gatherings? Where you see that it has folded there, I have put toilet rolls. So let's speak about the actual thing why we are here. As you can see here, I am busy with my baby, and I was done putting it over, clothing her, Mrs. Red Bucket, and now I'm busy. Is it sewing? Yeah, I'm busy sewing. And guess what, guys? There was no need for me to go and have an extra thread. When the bags, the sack, they come already is it sewn or whatever? So I just, took that, thread out, the white one, and I took the big needle, and as you can see, I'm busy sewing there. Yes, I am busy sewing. Okay. Yeah, so currently, yeah, and I went deep down on internet, and I went to go and check, and I will attach what I'm going to do with it later. As you can see, it's a big cloth. Yes, I decided not to cut it because I might need it to, yeah, put it on extra, flower pots and so on. But for now, let's just do this because that corner was very empty, and I currently don't have funds to go and buy extra. Guys, forgive me, there's some you know income messages coming in. Yeah, so as I said, I thought, let me just keep the corner busy, the empty space busy, the sitting room, by DIY this sackcloth and this bucket, and plus the grass. The grass, for those who live in South Africa and Namibia and other countries, and I know you are aware of a lapa, those luxury houses they built. The person who built a nice house, and then they built a bright stand outside made with that type of a grass. And yeah, so it's a very, very strong grass. As I said, I'm having it maybe for now 10 years. And this bucket, I'm having it for, goodness, I'm having it for a very, very long time. For a very, very long time, and so on. Yes, can you see? So this is what has motivated me. So you can just go and try. And what I've realized, you can even take a cloth and just, wrap over and a tin or a bucket that is just there. So I think I'll come with, I'll DIY a bucket, but I'll still not, I'll come back to you with that. But for now, let's enjoy. Can you see how I'm sewing? And yeah, guys, what happened is that, my mother was a seamstress, and I didn't like sewing because, why I didn't like it? It's not the how could the art part of it? It's just it kept me away from playing. It kept me away from visiting my friend. And as I was growing, sometimes you just want to go to the clubs with your friends, or to go somewhere, or to go to the church. After, when I became born again, I was more committed to the church. But when my mother wanted her stuff to be done, girlfriend, you have to sit down there. So you can see how I've done. And for a long time, I didn't like to do anything with a needle. But then I also later realized, and I was so grateful that she installed something in me that is a necessity for every woman. Almost every woman, you have to know how to sew, because when the button of your husband's shirt has fallen off, who's going to put it on? When you need to make your husband's trouser a bit shorter, or whatsoever, something, your children's stuff, who's going to do? You understand? Thank God these days there's no need to sew some underwears, but those days you have to know how to sew, so that you must fix it. Yes, back to our vase. We call it a vase. Don't mind that side, please. Yeah, so as I said, I just had a very lazy day today. And I don't like to just sit idle. I just don't like to idle. And when I'm on YouTube, unless I'm doing some tasks, but otherwise, yeah, you can see, yeah, Malta. We got the potatoes from Malta. I have to search where that country is and what they do there. Why I put the rope here is just to keep it together. Yeah, you can see like that. And I was not going to put the grass in like that, because the grass was going to stick in. It was going to just, drive me crazy, because it was going to refuse to go in. Yeah, so we are done with our flower pots or grass pot. Let me call it flower pot, because we are going to put, as you can see, that green flower pot. I thought of putting it in and put the grass first in, and then putting it in. You can see it is dirty, but I later went to wash it. And then, because, it was in the storeroom, I didn't want it to bring the germs in the house, the dust. I'm very allergic to dust. Yeah, so I went to wash it. And it's a very strong this also I didn't buy. My husband was working somewhere, and then they were given things, the contract was finished. So, and they were just keeping this thing for many years. So what I want to say is, you don't need to every time go and buy a decoration, go and buy what. As a woman, you have to be innovative. You have to think, what must I do? Just like, one day I think I'll come up with many DIYs. I think I'm currently ready now. And I think I'll see between a peg holder and something. I'll come up with something. I will come up with something. And I will, especially I think when I get my camera, I'll be doing a lot of stuff, because now, I'm just using one thing, and it's a little bit sometimes inconvenient to just do some extra thing. As you can see there, I'm just trying to share with you what I'm going to do with this green pot plant. Can you see? First I put it in like that, and I put it inside, but then I realized it was not looking good. It was looking a little bit not that, it was not carrying volume, you know. Yeah, so basically that's it. I'm putting it in. Yeah, so yeah, guys. You know, actually I love fresh flowers or dry, like things like grass. I love lilies. I'm not your rose person, like rose and so on. I love, you know, anything that grows in the valley. I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, so yeah, I will share with you one of the stuff that I have made. I'll put it probably towards the end of the video. Yeah, so that one, please, disclaimer, that's not mine. But I will share with you some of the stuff I've made probably towards the end of the video. Or maybe as time goes. Yeah, so you can see I'm now like, I'm like fighting with myself. Should I leave it like that? Okay, guys, let me talk to you. Can you see my pajamas? The other one is a gray pajama, other one is the black set. Who of you buys a set of pajamas and you don't wear the full set? You kind of exchange or a match, and they call it what? Match and whatever. So please comment down below if you are like me. I don't, even when I'm sleeping, I love to, and this side of us is very, very, very cold, very cold. And when it's hot, it's very, very hot. So I'm thinking, you know, can you see how my girl is sitting there? The flower pot is kind of finished, but I was not satisfied. It's kind of finished. There's a lack of flowers. I think I must put some flowers there. You know, there's artificial flowers, of course. Yeah, artificial flowers. So yeah, I will show you the other time how I DIY a lot of some other stuff related to flower pots. Yeah, so as you can see, those cushions. Yeah, and our couches, the color, this color, I've been we bought this couch, we have this couch now for 14 years, and people think we just bought them yesterday. Reason why my couches stay strong for a very long time is I don't allow my children to eat on the couches. Yeah, you can see there, the girls looks good, guys. I don't allow my kids to sit on couches and eat. So they have to go and eat either in the kitchen or on the dining table. So yeah, all these things you see here, you see the money case there. My daughter gave me. I lost the key, so I thought, let me use it to give it an ancient way of decorating. Then that's how I did it. Yeah, so as I said, why my couches stay very long is because I don't like my children's eat on the couches, and when they are sitting on it, they must put some throwovers. And I think that's why my couches stay very long. And also, when you stand up and go and sleep, you make sure you leave my sitting very beautiful. Yeah, all these things, the red cloth you see on it here, yeah, it's just like it's an inspiration of what I would want the sitting room to be. By the grace of God, probably after a month or two, yeah, I'll come back to you with how the sitting room will be. But the main idea, we want it to be red and white, or red and off-white, but it should be, main color should be red. Reason why is because it's kind of the TV room is next to the kitchen. It's like an open plan, and there's the, I just thought, why doing the kitchen the kitchen a different color and TV room a different color if it's an open plan. So let them just have kind of the same theme. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, and also this table, the coffee table here, We have it for a very long time. The thing that makes things old and break things, guys, is, have you ever been moving places to places, guys? We had been living in Windhoek, and Windhoek we moved to Katima, and Katima we moved to where, and oh, praise God. We are now, I believe we are now settled by the grace of God, unless the Lord has it a different way, but yeah, so yeah, can you see that cupboard? The cupboard that you see there. I don't know other countries whether they sell the same cupboards, but I think South Africans will have an idea, and I think Zambians and so on. This three set cupboard they sell in shops, three like in Lewis and so on. This cupboard we have it for the white one, okay, the white one. We have it for a long time, I think more than 14 years. So now watching decoration things and so on, I was like, wow, why not DIY this cupboard as my there's an extra cupboard in the sitting room. Okay, this is my husband. Yeah, the brown cupboard you see currently, we are just using it, but we are also going to replace it. And yeah, so I wanted to DIY it, but then yeah, somebody asked for it, so we are going to give it away. Yeah, so yeah, can you see how I DIY people sometimes, the Bible, in the Bible, there was a man, a prophet, Elisha. So he asked a woman who came to him and said, um, the creditors, they want to take everything because before my husband died, he made a lot of credits. And then the emphasis I want to make on is, and then the prophet asked him, woman, what do you have? Most of the time, we like to run out of the house, so we don't have this and we don't have that. But guys, sometimes you have something in the house. What do you have in the house? Like the white curtains, I'm having them for a very long time. It was the white curtains. They were so long that they could cover like a place of 4 meters in length, a 4 meter curtain rail. But then I was like, let me cut them in the middle. I cut them in the middle and I put the other two, whatever, in my room. But it's a very big curtain, very wide, very, very wide. I got them from friends from Germany. Yes, so please excuse me with the